All right, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. And
Good.
yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Loosen up a little bit. Y'all all tight. Did y'all have y'all coffee this morning?
Don't
Took my
drink that.
No coffee. Okay. So I guess I'll break the ice a little bit. I want to thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Paris, for joining me for our little discussion about this path that we're on, trying to get our appraiser license. So I appreciate you guys, everything you do for me when it comes to studying in class, and I appreciate your time that you're taking out of your day, your busy days, to sit in on this conversation. So I could start with a little of my background. 26-year retired Navy veteran. Um, Took some time off. I retired in October 2020. Took some time off and decided I wanted to be a mortgage loan officer. So because I seen the lack of diversity in the lending field, so I took that on as a challenge and got my mortgage license. And I've been doing that over 2 years. Within that time frame, I also noticed a another field within the real estate. Uh, the real estate industry that was lacking diversity, and that being appraiser. So, the type of person I am, I took that in on my belt and decided I don't want to get my appraiser license. So, but getting an appraiser license is a lot different than, taking some classes and then go take an exam and then your license. And we're going to kind of hit on that and talk about that. But that's why PAREA was so much of a milestone um, in getting your license for those of us pursuing that field. So that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. All right.
Okay, I don't want to point
Okay.
anybody out.
So,
You can go, Cece.
all right. So, in 2004, I decided to get my real estate license. So, did the courses, took the exam, and like we'll say, you don't have to, do as a appraisal way. You don't have to get the experience first. So, my broker, when I signed up with my broker, he actually did appraisal, residential appraising and commercial appraising. And so as he was teaching me about being a real estate agent, he started teaching me about appraising. I'm like, hey, I like this better. So he helped me, start doing that in like around 2007. So it's been off and on, but I've been an appraiser trainee forever. But now I have really just said, you know what? Let me get my certified general. That's the one I want to go for. So I'm appraisal all the way, pretty much. So real estate agent and appraiser trainee right now.
Good. Okay, Miss Paris.
Yes, I'm Paris, and I actually got my real estate license in 2018. And I just started to do that because it was always a passion of mine. And I knew it was another way for me to eventually stop teaching because I am a full time teacher, which I love, don't get me wrong. But it's something I eventually want to do. But just like Will was saying about there not being a lot of diversity, when I would ask for appraisers, we were not present, so we definitely needed some representation. And then also it's a good fit. It's like peanut butter and jelly. So
Hmm.
I think they go well together. And so that's how I got into my process of becoming an appraiser.
Okay, good stuff. I appreciate you guys again sharing that. So a lot of people's like, okay, appraising career. What's career? What is this whole thing about? Uh, I got a quick little clip, a quick little history about where this stems from. So I wanted to kind of share that with the people there in the world, out there in the world that's looking and viewing this podcast. So the history of Perea comes from the current administration. Okay, uh, there was an initiative put out. You all have heard in the news about, bias when it comes to appraising. We all know about the lack of diversity. So this current administration, actually, a lot of people don't know, actually did something about it. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this alternative path to getting licensed. So let me play this for you real quick. And this is Vice President Harris.
Our administration will now require those who conduct appraisals for federal programs must take part in anti-bias, fair housing, and fair lending training. There are solutions. There are solutions. And we will work with the industry to require all appraisers to receive this training. We will also help expand the training pipeline for new appraisers. In many states, in addition to classroom learning, appraisers have to complete thousands of hours of apprenticeship-like training before they become fully certified. So these apprenticeships, well, they're often unpaid. And apprentices often are required to find an appraiser themselves who is willing to take them on as a trainee. So if they don't have those relationships, if those relationships don't exist in their community, then it is much more difficult for them to satisfy the requirements to become an appraiser. So we have to take that into account also. And the solution, part of the solution, is to provide funding and technical assistance to states to make pathways into the profession more accessible for underrepresented groups.
Okay.
Another issue.
So, I mean, I can let that play. I can go on and on. Um, but the bottom line is there was an issue in the industry, and we're not going to go down that path of whether there's bias in the industry or not. This administration made a determination. Their findings is that it was, and it needed some assistance, and they created a program to give it some assistance. So we're not going to go down that rabbit hole in this broadcast about whether there is bias in the industry or not. But the only thing that we're going to touch base is that, hey, stemming from PAVE, from this current administration, it created the uh, Appraisal Diversity Initiative, correct? Yeah, the Appraisal Diversity Initiative, which in turn turned into the adopting PAREA as an alternative path to getting a license.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add on that?
No, I mean, other than the fact that I'm grateful because I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, like, how am I going to find a mentor? And I didn't have I'm starting from scratch. So, I really appreciate this opportunity to have the opportunity to basically start a whole nother career. But yes, that was definitely a barrier. And I kept hearing that in all of our classes when we asked. And it wasn't just, African Americans that were having problems, it was a lot of people that were having issues finding mentors.
Right, right. So, so we're on that path. So we kind of there was a couple of questions I wanted to ask you guys. I have my own answers, so kind of can one of you kind of explain exactly in your words how did you find PAREA? And let me define what PAREA. PAREA is the practical applications of real estate appraisal. Okay, and again, it's a program initiated the first not agency, but school to start the career program is the Appraisal Institute. Okay, and we're all enrolled into the Appraisal Institute. And traditionally, like we mentioned, and Vice President Harris mentioned, normally the pathway to getting a license is basically you have to be under somebody's wing. They have to agree to take you in,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and show you the ropes. And to get your first license, residential license, is 1,000 hours. So you got 1,000 hours that you have to work. directly under somebody, signing off pretty much a logbook. Okay, but there's the problem was, and not necessarily for reasons of um, people were picking and choosing who they wanted to pass on the license to, or give an opportunity to get a license. I think it also needs to take into account that the market, you know, when real estate is down, as realtors, you guys know, when real estate is down, it's down for everybody in the field. It's
Right.
down for loan officers, production gets down, and it's down for appraisers. So, that definitely plays a part in the number of trainees that a particular appraiser would either take on or accept, if any. They, you know, they got
Right.
to
And
eat. They have families. They may not be able to pay you to be a trainee. In that case as well, some trainees are working for free, taking time out of their day working for free. So we all know those people. So
mhm.
PAREA gives us a different path. It's computer based. We have assignments. We have a mentor, and we have a deadline. We have up to a year to finish the assignments, and then another 6 months to actually do some additional practical appraisal reports to turn in and be graded before we can actually take an exam. I think we have to take an exam out of PAREA, correct? And then we'll take the state exam.
No, I
Mm.
think
No?
you just only take the exam for your license. The
Okay.
three assignments, the three final assignments, is the actual
The three finals.
exam for
Okay.
Korea.
Right, right. So
Hmm.
it gives people that doesn't, that's not fortunate enough to be able to find a supervisor and somebody to take them under the wing to actually get a
Hmm.
license.
Hmm. Hmm.
So let me go back to my initial question before I rambled off a little bit. Uh, how did you guys hear about the program? Where did you learn about it at?
Well, I learned about it through well, I was going through the board, the Texas board, licensing board, to see what all did I need. Because, like I said, I started in 2007, far as the appraisal trainee. I got that license, and then 20 years later, things have changed, and I need to see what all do I need. So, of course, I go through my state, which everyone should go through their state to see what their requirements are. And at that time, when I went through, PAREA hadn't kicked off just yet, but the experience hours were still the same. And TALCB, they did mention on their website back in, I think, like it was around June of 2023, that the Appraisal Institute would be starting a PAREA program. I'm like, what is PAREA? They'll be starting a program somewhere around September of 23. And so I was like, okay. So I go to the Appraisal Institute and then start reading about it. And that's kind of how I found out, just through the Texas board, the licensing board.
Okay. What about you, Paris?
I found out by just being in my appraisal classes,
Hmm.
and then I think that's when it was, circulating that there was an AI program that was going to start going around, and so I was like, what's that? Because I was sweating bullets about trying to find a mentor, but then it was just like perfect timing that PAREA started to roll out, and we started getting emails about it, and then it just kind of flowed out of my classes into the program. So that's how I found out about it.
Okay. So talking to other students and trainees, right? You kind of find out, okay, there's an alternative. There's another way we can actually get our license. Um, and I'm gonna say this. I love Perea. I love the fact that I can, kind of set my own pace with a deadline. But I would also say, if you can, even though you sign up for Perea, don't stop looking for a supervisor. You
Right, I
know,
agree. Do not.
uh, I don't think anything can kind of replace the one-on-one and the mentorship that you're probably going to have, not just through getting your license, but something that you're going to have for a lifetime with that person to mentor you your whole career. Um,
Yeah, you're
but this
still
is a pathway that.
Hmm.
that you can
And
use to get your
right,
license.
right, and you're still gonna need a supervisor after your licensed residential. Well, if someone is going for their general certified, they're gonna need a supervisor at some point. Because the complex properties, I just don't see that being learned just through a computer program.
Okay, good deal. So how do you start? So with PAREA, I found that it's a little different. I know that to actually with the state LCB to apply for your trainee license, you need what the 70 74 75 hours, right? 75.
Yes.
75 qualifying hours.
Hmm.
But I found that with PAREA, you need the 150, the
Yes, the
entire 150.
licensed residential
Hmm.
courses.
Yeah, you need all 150 course requirement hours. So for me, I don't know about you guys, I'm kind of fond of Champion School of Real Estate, and I think the main reason being that the courses are virtual with a live instructor. And after the best part that I like is after the last day of class, and you sit back and you do a review, and then you do a test. And you do the test right then and there, and you don't have to go to a separate or set up a separate appointment with a testing center. Now, I don't know which schools that you guys got your qualifying education with. Would you mind sharing that?
Sure. So I'm familiar with Champion School of Real Estate. I use that school for my real estate license, and I do my continuing education courses through them just for the real estate license. My appraisal courses, I took those through McKissick. At first, they were well, it was another school before McKissick, but McKissick was majority of my appraisal courses because I like how they have it as a package deal. They do offer the live streaming, but the live streaming is just for the appraisal trainee courses, and then when you go over to the licensed residential, they become just online self-paced courses. Appraisal Institute, I thought about taking courses through them, but they kind of pricey. So
Mm,
so yeah, I went through McKissick for my courses.
okay.
Actually, Cece, I was like before I signed up to do it with Champion, I was like, okay, let me try McKissick, and
Hmm.
I realized I'm not that kind of learner. I can't. No, I need to ask questions, and Will knows that because that's how I met Will. Was through the
Okay.
class that I have questions. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm tearing up that chat during the live, and then I tried to do all online with McKissick, and it was not for me.
Hmm.
I couldn't comprehend like that. But for somebody who is you're a different kind of learner where you comprehend quick, and I'm like, mm I'm gonna I need help. So that's why I circled back to Champion. Although McKissick to me it seemed a little cheaper. I can't remember, but
Yeah, they do it as package deals. I
yeah,
don't know how if Champions do it as package deals.
I could
But I
be
want to
wrong.
do are there licensed residential courses? Are those live as well?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
I didn't
that's
know
what
that.
helped me out a lot.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
was just like, I'm sticking to something like this for
Hmm.
me. So
Hmm.
I'm not wasting my money because I sure waste a smooth $300. But I had to see for myself. But yeah,
Yeah,
Champion was good for me.
Hmm.
yeah. I wish champions have the advanced classes, but they don't. So kind of forced to go to McKinsey for the more advanced classes, and when you get into your
Hmm.
general.
Hmm.
But it is what it is. So what I wanted to kind of do is kind of share another page. Just kind of wanted to show people uh, the list of classes that you actually need.
Hmm.
Because if you sign up for PAREA, if you guys can see that,
Yeah.
uh, these are the classes that you have to take. If I can highlight those, the basic procedures, basic principles, the 15 hours use PAP. Okay, and you have to have all those hours.
Hmm.
Not necessarily have to take these classes through the Appraiser Institute, but you have to be able to provide your certificate. Once you provide your certificate, they'll update your Appraiser Institute profile. And once you get all the tests and the blocks, like I have, uh, they'll open up the PAREA program for you um, after you make your after you pay your fees.
Right.
Um, so, and which is another thing, the fees. A
Hmm.
lot of people were thrown off about how much it actually costs, but honestly, um, I was expecting it to be a lot more because when they first started talking about it, they were saying upwards of about $10,000 for the course.
Oh no. Uh,
Yeah, there
They
was that I heard that at TLABC TLCB
TALCB. I'm with you.
TALCB meetings.
Acronyms.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that the price was estimated to be up in the $10,000 price range.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
if you
Now I could
guys
see
heard
that
anything.
for maybe like certified, or even if I don't know if they probably won't come out with a general certified, but certified general. But for the certified residential, okay, I get that, because then you go into more complex properties and then properties over $1 million. But for
Hmm.
licensed residential, no, I couldn't see myself paying that much. But I will say that what they charge right now for the licensed residential, it's kind of high, but at the end of the day, once you really get out there and start getting some clients and really just start having those appraisal assignments come in, you're gonna pay that back quick.
It's gonna pay itself.
Yeah, yeah.
It can pay itself. Yeah. So
Mhm.
you know, like I said, you don't have to have a membership with the Appraisal Institute uh, for the program. Um, but if you are a member, of course, you're gonna get up to I think it's a $400 up $400 to $500 discount.
430. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys can see that right there, the price, that's the full price is 4,400 bucks. But I will tell you, if you are a member as well, and this is the pathway that I took, uh, you get your discount as a member, and also if you are a member, you have the ability to do a payment plan. Okay. And I think it was 12 months. I think it was 12 months.
Monthly
And
or quarterly. Hmm.
yep, yep, monthly or quarterly plan that uh, you can obtain to go ahead and start. So just wanted to kind of put that out there because I know, other than finding a supervisor, another barrier can be the funds. You
Yeah.
Well,
know,
I was thinking like, I went to college and what Kanye said, got your master's, and honestly, I wish I could give them back because I'm not making nowhere near the amount of education I have, you know. So I wish I could go back and have just
just
done
started
something
straight
like
appraising,
this.
going to
Yes,
the through the path of appraising. Yeah,
absolutely.
I
And
mean,
they're actually saying that college is declining now. I mean, unless you're being a lawyer, doctor, or engineer or something like that, but these types of careers are way more beneficial now, is what I'm seeing. Um, so
Well,
I definitely, here you go,
well,
put
no,
them.
your degree. Hey, your degree
Mhm,
helps with the top licenses. If you go
mhm,
for your general, your certified general, you need to have a bachelor. You got to have a bachelor's degree. If you
mhm.
go for your broker's license at real estate, I believe you have to have some college courses or some sort of degree. At one point, you did not have to have a degree for the real estate license. So no, what you have done, completing that degree, oh yeah, it will take you far. And then also keep in mind that clientele is not just property owners and appraising, or and home buyers. Those aren't just your clients. Your clients can also be the city, the county, all type of government entities, and those entities like they check your credentials. Hey, they check your degrees. They want that resume too, and when they see that on your resume, your degree, that helps a lot. So it helps. Um, yeah, the clientele go further than property owners or so.
Yeah.
So it'll help. Mhm.
Okay. So, Sierra, you kind of mentioned kind of the final stages, the three assignments, the final assignments that we
Mhm.
have. But
Mhm.
can you kind of let the people know what leads up to that? I mean, how is the program structured? Like, what do I have to do?
Okay, from what I saw, so you have 10 practice assignments, excuse me, 10 practice assignments. Then there's some activities. I have not done any of the activities because you have to get through the some of the practice assignments before it even open the activity. And then you have three final assignments. So once, oh, and a knowledge center. So once you complete all 10 practice assignments, the activities, and the knowledge center, then it will open the three final assignments. The three final assignments, to my understanding, because I have not gotten there yet, is that your mentor will not be helping you. So you will be an appraiser out there doing your own thing in the virtual world. And, and then you'll be turning those in. They'll, of course, review those appraisals to make sure that they're USPAP compliant and whatever else they review for. So that's my understanding of how it works. Is those 10 need to be done first and the activities.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
And Paris, I have a question for you. So, we talked about the pros and cons of having a real person to go to if you have questions. But I mean, we do have that within PAREA, correct? Can you kind of
Hmm.
elaborate on that?
Yes, especially being the type of learner I am, where I do have a lot of questions. I take comfort in the fact that there is somebody I can email if I am getting, you know, to a point where I don't understand something. So I do like that aspect of it. He's there, you know, but also it's enough independence for me to really try to figure it out on my own so that I can really start learning, without help. So the pro is just having somebody there. And also a pro is that you get to kind of learn by fire a little bit. um, I mean, the con, honestly, I would like to be able to shadow somebody physically and go out to the property. To me, that sounds way more fun. But uh, funner just works. But I feel bad saying that word.
Hmm.
But aren't you a
Right.
teacher? But it is. I would just like, man, that seems like I would love that.
Work. I
Just
mean, work should be fun. I
I
right.
mean, you
agree.
I want to
should
go
you
Yeah.
to
you
the
should be
property.
doing things that you have a passion for. Like I said, I'm
Hmm.
retired military, and I can't see myself doing anything, especially after retiring from the military, that I did not enjoy doing at all.
Hmm.
And you mentioned being able to actually have a person to talk to uh, as a pro of an actual supervisor. But there is one con that I've been that I've experienced and see out there. You learn, but you also mainly learn what your supervisor does because I've learned that appraising is a broad field. You got all different type of appraisers that specialize in all different type of things, whether it be commercial, residential, and the supervisor that I have, she does intimate domain, condemnation type cases, and where she's getting hired by lawyers or property owners that the city or the county is trying to, run gas pipes and electric lines across their property. So uh, it's good and it's bad. I think there's pros and cons to both sides of it. I believe that we could take from this, uh, because you, like I said, you're learning from a real person, but you're learning what they know. As with Perea, I can say we're touching different type of properties uh, in the lesson plan.
Right.
I don't know what would you guys add to that.
Well, I'm just on assignment one, so I'm still on vacant land.
Yeah.
Right, right.
But I did see that it has condo on there, single family.
Hmm.
It does have the different property types.
Hmm. It
Yeah.
has some other property types, uh, and it had, yeah, multifamily,
Hmm.
condos, and of course, You can't say single family anymore, right? That's a youth pap thing. We
Yeah.
gotta say single unit,
Yeah, yeah.
single unit. So uh, let's see. So individually, would there is there any type of advice that you would like to give anybody that's out there that's looking to maybe start to get into PAREA or looking at being an appraiser? I mean, other than going out and get their courses done, anything that's that they that any nuggets that might help them uh, make that decision easier.
I would say, because I'm just starting out with the course, on the first part, scheduling time and making time, like,
Mhm.
is probably the biggest thing because everything's so self-paced that I just have to be more intentional about just setting time aside every week, every day, whatever that looks like for somebody's schedule. But I think scheduling time is probably going to be the biggest thing.
Right, right. I would say the same thing. You know, um, sometimes having too much time is a bad thing
Mhm.
because you have to push yourself. But fortunately I have two co-students, you guys, to put the whip out, stay on my back about getting
CC.
lessons done. What'd you say?
Did your homework? Yes, ma'am. I swear.
Yeah, definitely. Did you log in
Wow.
today? You know, and I think that that would probably be my best advice for anybody in the program. Um, get you a little circle. Get you a little circle of support.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
to keep you honest and to somebody that can go down this journey with you because we have our loved ones, we have relatives and friends and stuff like that, but they see your pain, but they don't know your pain for real going through this process because this is work. This
Mhm.
is work. But the support anywhere you can get it is good. But having another student that actually, is going through the exact same thing that you're going through, I think, is a plus.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So you guys don't know this. When I first started, I put out a YouTube, right? And I wanted the world to follow me through this process, which I'm still doing. Um, unfortunately, well, fortunate for me, uh, September, October, November timeframe, actually, and December, I was called uh, to deploy for a particular agency. I'm not going to say the agency's name. I'll just say they're under the Department of Homeland Security. Okay, so you take your pick of 12 or 15 ones that they have and try to figure out which one I'm working for. But I'm a reservist for them and not go out and support and still, serve our country in that type of capacity from my years of knowledge in supply chain management. So, not making an excuse for myself, I slowed down on Perea because I was out working. Um, but I say that to say is I hope this won't be the last time. Maybe in another month, let's look at our progress. Let's see how much further that we've gone. Uh, let's see, what new things that we learned about the program, what new pros, what new cons that we've picked up on since this meeting, and give the people some more.
I agree.
I agree.
We shouldn't
Okay,
be on
and
assignment one in another month.
I'm doing double
no,
duty today.
it won't. If we're all on assignment one, we won't have this broadcast. I put it like this. I ain't gonna put it on the street that I'm still on this first assignment, and we did this and we just talked about this last month. It ain't gonna happen. So
Mhm.
I told you guys I'm actually introvert, but this is the way I keep myself honest. If I put a deadline for myself, which we just did,
Yes.
we just gave ourselves a deadline to be further than we are by
Mhm.
the next time we do this, right?
Right,
Yes.
right.
So that's gonna keep us honest.
And one thing I want others to know is please utilize your mentors as much as you can because they are they're certified appraisers, so they can help you along the way. Utilize them as much as you can.
Yeah, I would say that. And those don't get discouraged. I don't know if you guys noticed when I show the list of classes at the bottom, enrollment is at capacity. There was so much of a want and a need and a desire to have this program that people are on the wait list now. And they just don't have enough instructors uh, within the system right now to handle the capacity of students that's wanting to go down this route. So right now the website says enrollment's going to start back May 1st. So anybody out there that's looking to do this, go ahead and prepare. Get all your classes in, and May 1st, I wouldn't hesitate when they open it back up because it's probably going to close just as fast as it opens up for this program. So, any other parting words from anybody else? We didn't do too bad. We went about 30 minutes.
Solid.
Yeah, yeah.
That's solid.
Uh,
That's
any
perfect.
shout outs? So, I'm going to shout you guys out. My two friends here, they are active realtors. So, if you guys, can you put anything in the comments? You want to put your
Sure. I will put my email
contact
address.
information for anybody that's out there that may be listening. They might be looking for a home or might know someone looking for a home. You never know.
I could just be DM'd at Perfect Place Paris.
Okay. Can you type? Let me see. Is it a place that you could type it? You have that option?
Let me go to the
Um,
comments.
let me see. Test. Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to add a comment in this deal. No, but to any
Okay.
new home buyers, if you're looking to buy
Okay.
right now, you can reach me at 713 for CJB Realty Services, LLC. Or you can also email me at realty at cjbrealtyservices.com. Don't ask about the website because I'm my own person. I don't have nobody helping me. So it's not set up. If you was to pull up that website, you're just gonna see a whole bunch of jibber jabber. So just
Okay.
call the company phone number 713-364-4646.
Okay. If you want to, can you guys at least do the private? Can you see the private chat?
Do the private.
If you
Okay.
Uh,
if you can see the private chat, I can copy and paste it and in the comments.
okay. I
If
see
you
it here.
if that'll be easier, because I want the people to get a visual. You know.
And also I'm an active trainee, um, appraiser trainee. So if you have anything, you know, coming through, just send it. Also, I'll give you another email address for that.
Yeah. Any certified appraisers out there that need some help, we we can use the work.
Yeah.
Okay. So that I posted. That's Paris. That's your Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the people should see that.
I'm just putting this stuff in here.
Okay. So that's Instagram for Miss Paris. All right. And Miss Sierra, I'm gonna get your
It's
phone
not in
number.
order. Yeah. I didn't put it
Huh?
I didn't
Okay.
put it in order, but it
Okay. I'm copying and pasting. So here's your number here. Actually, let me do this one. Okay. So people can reach you. And you had your email as well, right?
yes, I put two of them on there,
Okay.
realty and then appraisal. Because we are accepting appraisal assignments at CJB Realty Services,
There you
LLC.
go. All right. I'll drop that down.
Turnaround time is a week. Okay. I can't get it done. No rush assignments. Not right now. No rush assignment.
Okay, that's it right there.
Yes, uh-huh.
All
Thank you.
righty.
Thank you.
Okay. Man, again, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna do this again.
For sure.
We'll talk offline about the time frame. So I don't want to put us. We put ourselves on the
Oh,
on a
we'll let
plank enough.
if you also want to mention who's also if they're enrolled in PAREA, you have the
Oh, the
PAREA group.
Facebook group.
If they're enrolled.
If they're enrolled in Perea, we definitely have a Facebook group that we would like you to come out and join. Um, Let me copy the link here.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sierra, for putting that out there.
Yeah, because one thing about PAREA is there is no peer interaction. So that'll be a way for you to network and be able to have, make that group, get that group together, a study group or so, other people that are working on the same thing.
That'll be great. Thank you for providing that. So that's the information there. Hopefully, people can. I don't know if you're able to copy and paste in the comments, but they'll be able to see it in the comments. You'll be able to copy and paste it, not from viewing the live stream, but if you go back into it, just like comments on any other Facebook post, you'll be able to copy and paste it from there.
Hmm.
Alrighty,
Okay.
that's it, guys. I appreciate it. Any last words? Nope. Okay.